Okay. Be honest with yourself. Have you always followed your rules, or do you continually follow your rules? I know I have situations where I get tunnel vision. I'll start looking at the trees and not the forest, and I'll get in, I get out, and I get back in, I get in, get back out. And that right there is a bad thing to do. My rules say no rapid trading. My rules say if you take a loss, come back, stop, go to sim, break that cycle, take the next trade on the sim for a couple of times to get that loss out of your head, then come back and take another trade. Because one thing I do notice, guys, is that there's always going to be an opportunity for you to take a trade in the market. There's always going to be an opportunity for you to take a trade in the market. So your job is to follow your rules and protect yourself. 3 losses, stop trading. Okay, what's the next rule? Only trade at the top and bottom of the hour. We call that TLP. Time level price, because we know that price moves in a rhythm. So every 30 minutes, there's an injection of liquidity into the market, and the price starts to respond because we are breakout traders, or we are level traders, we are trend traders, and we are price action traders first above all. But TLP says time. What time is it? Top and bottom of the hour? What's the level? Okay, let me see where the levels are, or what that level is. Major support or resistance. If I'm in the level at that time and my price is in the same level, okay, I got a possible trade here. Then I look for confluence. What is confluence? It means that I have the moving average in there. I have the VWAP in there. I have the daily high, daily low. Whatever the support and resistance are in that price, in that time lineup, you're in position for an explosive move, either up or down, because we know it's 50-50. We don't know where the market's going to go, but I follow the rules to protect me. And I know I want to take the trades that give me the highest probability of a favorable outcome. If you're new to DTC coaching, you might not understand everything I just said, but you will over time. So just make sure you stick with it. Follow the rules, read over them, and follow the pillars of our trading. Maximum price. Hit our target, hit our drawdown, no more than 3 losing trades, no more than 5 trades a day, only trade top and bottom of the hour, period. A suggestion is if you take a losing trade, go to trade the next trade or 2 on sim, and you can always get back in on a trending trade because we're trend traders, right? On a pullback, get back in, then now you work that out of your system. You're not stuck on the revenge, because if you're trading 2 and 3 or 4 times in 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 5 minutes, you're rapid trading. That's called revenge trading. That will hurt you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Next, I will say to you is this here. Not following the rules or following the rules every day. Many traders will begin to end their career because they're not following their rules. So make sure you follow your rules. Don't disregard them. I suggest read your rules before the morning session and read your rules before the evening session. When is that? East Coast time, 9:30 morning session, 2 o'clock evening session. Read your rules at that time. West Coast, 6:30, before the market opens, 6:30 in the morning and 10 o'clock in the morning, you read your rules. Why? Because that's the beginning of the 2 different sessions for you. And then you refresh it in your mind because you want to make sure that you adhere to them because the rules are there to protect you. Let's go to the next portion. Now, this is the benefit of it. If you have a good, solid set of rules in place and you follow them consistently, guys, you are going to be consistently making profits and avoiding large losses, and your goals will become attainable. But if you do not, guys, if you do not, you're going to have problems. See, making profits and avoiding large losses should be attainable because I follow my rules. Now, do I break them sometime? Yes, I do. I'm just going to be honest. You probably break yours sometime. But when I find that I'm doing that, I know it's an error, I'll sit back, I'll pause, I'll take my hands off the keyboard, and I'll have to just readjust myself, to reground myself, to say, wait, Kelvin, what are you doing? This is not in alignment with the things that you planned before you started trading. Why are you changing the rules now if they're there to benefit you? Yeah, I talk to myself. I don't answer, but I talk to myself. They're there to benefit you. Why are you changing them? Are you trying to sabotage your trading? No, it's not. So let me take a breath. Let me go get a cup of coffee, go get a cup of water, go take a walk, come back in about 15, 20 minutes and reground myself and then approach the market again. Because the worst thing you can do is be looking at the market through fear. The worst thing you can do is look at the market through a set of foggy lenses. That means that you're looking at the data because you want the market to go up. You're not being objective and the market's going down and you're trying to find a long and you should be going short, but you can't see the short because you caught in revenge trading. You caught in trying to get your money back. You caught because you're not following your rules. So if you find you struggling following the rules that day, then it may be a good opportunity for you to close the computer and come back another day when you have a fresh perspective. Because if you don't follow your rules, you will blow up your account. If you follow your rules, all your goals will be attainable. Now, the mistakes come in when we don't follow our rules. Now, flip side. If you don't follow your rules, what's going to happen to you? You receive many more losses than you would otherwise. Meaning that where you could have took one trade all day and made your goals, or you took 10 trades and lost more than you want to lose because you're not following rules. What that means is that you're going to take trades that you shouldn't take. You're not going to wait for your edges to show up. You're not going to be waiting for the top and bottom of the hour. You're not going to be waiting for strong areas of support and resistance. You're not going to be waiting for pullbacks into fair value gaps. You're not waiting for your tradable, actionable signal that will show up on the reversals. You're doing all the things that's opposite of what you should be doing because you rehearsed this. You made your strategy. You have your guides for your trades. You know your A-plus setups. So therefore, you should be following them. But when you're not following the rules, you're trading everything that moves, and that's called candlestick chasing. You're chasing candlesticks. So make sure you slow down, guys. Hear this out. Slow down. Slow down when you find yourself taking losses unnecessarily. Rethink what you're doing. Step back. Look at the higher time frames to see what the trends are going on, to see if it's in line with you trying to take a trade. There's times that we're in chop. The market is going sideways. It is consolidated, and we're still trying to find trades. I want you to be a winner. I want you to trade wisely. I want you to slow down, breathe. You don't have to sit there with your eyes glued to the screens and your finger on the button all the time. Take your hands off the button, because I'll tell you, when you're looking for a trade, you will find one, even if it's not the right trade. So sit back, objectively look at the market, breathe, take your time. Don't be sweating. Don't have your anxiety sitting in, and don't be sitting back in fear of what may happen, because we know it's always 50-50, guys. So do not rapid trade. Do not revenge trades. Let me explain it this way here. If you trade and you don't follow your rules and it works out, then you'll be more likely not to follow your rules the next time. Hear this out. If you take a trade that is not in your best interest, that is not lined up with your skill set, you would tend to do the same thing again, because what you're doing is programming yourself to say, I don't have to follow the rules. It worked this time. It might work next time. But the truth of the matter, if you measure everything statistically, win, loss, and you check your journal every day, you'll find out that inconsistent rule following means inconsistent winnings, and your losses will be much bigger than your gains. And you will find out that you're not at a 50-50 or a 60-40 win ratio. You had a 30-40, a 30-70, or 40-60 win ratio, and you're not doing well because you let a bad habit sneak into your trading. Now, mistakes sometimes make you money, but it will cause more damage to your trading account than any other error you can make, because these mistakes will compound over time and it will ruin your plan. So don't break your rules. Don't let a mistake give you profit. You say, oh man, I did a good job. It worked this time, because you say, I'm a risk taker. Yeah, no, you're a fool for the part with their money. I'm going to be honest with you. You don't do that. You stick with your trades and you do the same thing over and over. It's called rinse and repeat. Now, the worst thing about this is that you're even tempted greater not to follow your rules the next time. And I just said this here, you will learn it over time, but it's going to cost you money. So I'm giving you the forethought before you even get there. Learn to follow your rules, even if you miss it. Don't just justify, oh, this is just one time. No, it's going to be a repeated process because you're taking that bad habit, you're storing it in your subconscious mind. When you get ready to make a decision to take a trade or not take a trade, you're going to say, should I take this trade? You're going to go into the subconscious, open that file drop, that bad habit right there. You're going to pull it out and say, oh yeah, it worked last time, but you're not counting the 5 times it did not work. You just remember that one, because you want an excuse to trade. You remember that one time it did work, you use that to make a decision, and that's part of who's pushing you. Bad habits store in your subconscious mind because there's no filter, doesn't know the difference, it knows what you give it, what you feed it every day, what you focus on the most you become. If you focus on inconsistent trading, you become an inconsistent trader. If you focus on taking bad trades, then you're going to take bad trades all the time. It's like a muscle memory. You build muscles, guys. And I'll say this here, follow your rules every day, every time, without exception, because you are a disciplined trader. You are a disciplined trader. Next thing I'll say to you is here. You must follow your rules every time without exception. Next thing about trading rules. Following your rules consistently is the only way to be successful as a trader, period. Now, I know you'll go through your time in trading, and you'll be tempted to not to follow your rules. It's going to happen. Okay? And you would justify it by saying, just this time. Now, I just can't caution you guys, this is the biggest mistake you can make when it comes to your rules and it comes to making profit. See, making money on breaking rules is not good money. It's going to be a very expensive profit for you at this time because it's going to line up with inconsistent behavior behind that, and you're going to lose more than you ever could if you was to stick with your rules. Stick with your rules, guys. Miss trades that looks like they're good, and they may run, but you're going to say to yourself, it's not my setup. I can't take the trade. It's running, I know, but it's not my setup. I didn't have an opportunity to enter that met my strategic plan on when to enter trades. You know, if you were trading what's at DTC coaching, when is that? Pullbacks, fair value gaps, runs with huge areas of support, waiting for the trend to line up. Once we recognize a trend, we always trade with the trend, not against the trend. We have clear targets when we don't take profit out. We plan every trade. Well, that's what it does to be disciplined in a trader. I'm not going to break the rules because the market is running. It's just not my trade, and I'm going to be okay not taking that trade. Now, if you do allow this to happen, guys, it's going to be easily to reinforce this bad habit, and you're going to find out that your trading is going to be going downhill, and eventually you're going to end up out of the trading business. The best traders in the world are disciplined traders. They don't take every trade that's available. They don't take the trades that line up with their strategy. I want you to make sure that you line your trades up with your strategy. Okay? Now, if you decide not to follow your rules just this one time, it won't be long before you're part of the 80 to 90% of the traders who lose money consistently. Do you know that 80 to 90% of the traders, retail traders, are losing money? Do you know the banks don't lose money? Do you know why? They have stringent rules on when and when not to enter the market. They will not sell or buy unless price meets their objective, or they will not get in a trade, or they will not get out of a trade until they hit targets, because they have patience, they have guidelines in, and they always doing things that operate in their best interest. The retail traders, we are impulse traders, we are emotional traders, and I try to help us to be emotion-free traders, meaning that we are very objective when we're looking at the market. See, following your rules consistently is the only way to be successful as a trader. Now, if you decide to not follow your rules, you're going to be part of the statistic. And I don't want that to be any of us here that's in this group. Okay? Don't let yourself become a statistic. Always follow your rules. Sometimes, coach, no, all the time, follow your rules. If you break a rule, now there's times you can break a rule, and if it's consistent with your trading. Now, I'll give you a case in point. I'm a price action trader first. Okay? I'm a level trader, may not take trades at levels. We call it breakout traders. I'm a trend trader. And so these three elements are the area where I look for trades at. I only will look at the top and bottom of the hour. I only would take a trade that's hitting major areas of support or resistance. I only would take a trade that is trending. Okay, that's my rules. Okay, so if I got that in place and I always follow the rules, do you know that my chance of winning is going to be much better than it would be if I did not have that premise set up? Now, when I decide to break that rule, let's say I use my MACD as a gauge for my trend. I use other instruments in giving our custom system, we had DTC coaching, with the discovered trend. And one of the indicators, or two of the indicators that help me confirm my idea to go long or short, is not in alignment with my decision to take the trade. I fall back to my basic rules: time, level, and price. What supersedes all the indicators on my chart? Time, level, and price. If I'm at the level, at the time, and the price is in the level with other areas of confluence that's there, even better, I'm taking a trade. But my MACD is not right. That's okay. My trend gauge is not all right. That's okay. I can override them, because them indicators are not there to tell me when to trade. They help me get confidence in the trade to find the trend that I'm would probably be more successful. I know when I take the trade by adjusting and breaking my rules, I can justify it, because time is first, level is second, and price is the time, level, and price. The level and the price are consistent with each other because they got to be in the same place at the time. But these are the three foundational things on every trade I take. If that is not there, I will not pull a trigger, period. Now, if my MACD and my other trend indicators are in place, then I can even take the trade with a greater confidence, because we know all trades are 50-50. So just make sure, guys, don't let exceptions come into your trading style of who you are. If you break a rule or adjust on your entry for a rule, then it must follow the pillars TLP. If TLP is not in place, you shouldn't be looking at trade anyway. But if they're in place, and your trend gauge is in place, and your MACD is in place, and your other instruments that's on your chart is in place, then you say, oh, I even have a greater degree of confidence. But time, level, and price is my three pillars to any time I would decide to take a trade. So if you got something else here, I pray that you did. Make sure you give us a like on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We're down all these different places. You can look on our website to find information on how to get there. But this is our challenge. Everyone is in the sound of my voice right now. We have a 20-day challenge that comes about. If you find that you're a person that lacks discipline, if you find that you're a person that lacks following rules, I have a challenge for you. It's a small challenge, but I think it's a worthy challenge. Let's get you to a consistency of a win ratio, follow your rules. And this is the rules here. This rule here is more of a constraint than it is an incentive to do the right thing. A 20-day challenge. For 20 days, you're going to aim to make $250 for 20 days straight in a row. Now, for some guys that have bigger portfolios, it may be $500, it may be $1,000 for you, may be the same as equivalent to $250 a day. This is so that you can take profit easily, because trading NQ, NASDAQ, in the futures market, $250 win is pretty easy to do, and if you're using any kind of approach to the market. You're going to find that in them days, the market's going to be running a lot further than the $250 that you limit yourself to making. Not limit as much as getting out of the trade at $250, but not allowing yourself to get back below $250 once you enter the trade. If you hit the $250 mark and you're in the trade, let the trade run until it exhausts itself out, then cut the trade. But since you hit the 250 mark and above, you won't trade no more for that day. That is your restriction. Now, I know you're going to say, Coach, but wait a minute, the market running 300 points today. It's still running. And you tell me I can't coach no more? I can't trade no more? Yes. Why am I doing that? Discipline, restraint. Greed can't take place because you set a goal, and your goal was so low-hanging fruit, you hit it, and it takes 21 days to create a new habit. So if you do this for 20 days straight, you're going to actually reprogram your subconscious mind. You become a much better trader, more disciplined, and it's going to help your trading career catapult to super levels, guys, that you never even believed of, because you took your old habits, replaced them with new. Because you have a constraint here. You say, well, my maximum drawdown for any given day is, what is $250 or $500, whatever that may be. When you hit that drawdown, you're going to stop trading. If you have 3 losing trades in a row, you're going to stop trading. If you're the goal, you're going to stop trading. Okay? You won't trade no more than 5 times in any given day on your account. Now, you guys in the prop firm world, you have 20 different accounts. So this rule applies to each account separately. It's all by themselves. So I'll challenge you to do this for 20 days straight, because I want you to act in your own best interest, and I want you to become a professional trader, or think like a professional trader, even though you're not a professional, but you're going to trade like a professional. You're going to be a professional trader. This is my trading hierarchy. I want you guys to take a picture of this, okay, if you can. This is what you know matters, okay? This is what pro traders consider to be important, and this is what novice traders or newbies consider to be important. Technical analysis. Pro trader, know what's important is be patient, wait on the market to come to you. So they develop a good sign of patience. Meaning I'm only going to trade my edges when they show up. The emotions are in check because they're always looking at the market objectively. They're not sitting there with fear of what they might make or what they may lose. They're sitting there looking at the market objectively, and they're saying, okay, analyzing. When the market pulls back to here, I perceive it's going to go here. This is my edge right here. If it lines up with the time and the price is there, I'm going to take that trade. Until it comes to me, I won't trade. That's a professional trader. Psychologically, they're sound because they're not sitting there thinking about how much money they're going to make. They're not sitting there thinking about how much money they're going to lose. They're not thinking about, I got to pay the rent. I got to get my car note paid. I need this money. If you're trading with money that you can't afford to lose, you shouldn't be trading. I say it one more time. If you're trading with money that you can't afford to lose, you shouldn't be trading. You should never put your finances of your house or your personal survival on this trading. This is extra money you're looking to capitalize, to multiply, to build on, but never trade with the pressure of, if I don't make this money, my life is over. That's not a good way of trading. Okay? So a pro trader is disciplined, meaning that they only will trade their edges. A pro trader wait for the best time and the best trading setup that they can have before they execute a trade. They don't trade with emotion. They don't trade with FOMO. They don't trade revenge and trying to get the money back they lost. They develop a cold mindset. They look at the market like for what it is, black and white. It's either going to be an opportunity to trade or not. Either way, I'm not going to get in until the market lines up to give me my setup. Once my setup is there, I have an actionable signal, I trade it without hesitation. I don't wait to see if it's going to happen. I push the button. 50-50 is either going to make it or it's not, because I'm waiting for my A+ setup. They don't work all the time. I know that. So I know that at VWAP, I'm a 70% win rate. So every time the trade gets to VWAP, it lines up with my trading setup. I'm taking that trade. Why? I win 70% of the time. My goal here at DTC Coaching, the people I'm working with, to get you to be a 50-50 trader. And 50% of your trades are win, 50% is a loss. Guys, that's more than enough to help you get to anywhere you want to be in your trading career. Now, you can have decent things if you want to, but you have to have a cold mindset, and you got to have correct expectations. What are your correct expectations? Planning when you're going to enter the trade, how much you're going to risk on the trade, and when you're going to take profit out of the trade. And don't change the two in the midst of the trade. If you like to stay in long running trades, have a place that you're going to take profit at. Like me, at 20 points, I'm taking profit off the market no matter what. Boom, I'm out. Now, I'm not out of trade, but I always have a runner or two behind that will allow me to go to the next levels that I think the market will move to. But I always pay myself first, guys. And when you do that, then you can expect to know that you're going to have winning trades most of the time. Because my 20-point target is pretty much, I hit that probably 80% of the time. I'll get to the first target, and then the other 20% of the time I don't get there. But the 80% of the time I get there, and the runner, I'll hit that target probably about 40% of the time. I'll get to the second target. The other point, I might not get to it, but I'm always in profit when I get out of it. The game plan is I have a plan. I have correct expectations of the market. And if the market's not running that day, then my expectations of the market's not going to run. It's sideways. I can measure it out, and I can get out the market when I can. Hopefully this guys help you out, guys. Don't be like a newbie. Don't focus on your technical analysis. Oh, we all can read the chart. You don't need to know that. You need to have the mindset to be a winner. So when you're trading, what do you say when you talk to yourself? Are you looking at how much you're going to extract from the market or how much you're going to lose to the market? What you focus on the most, you do become. Don't hide behind your technical knowledge of moving averages and Fibonacci's and all that. 90% of your trading is done in your mind, not done in your execution. Your execution, you decide to take the trade, and the trade going to do what it's going to do anyway, because that's what the market does. Don't be so much on the structure analysis. And we got all these nomenclature. We got FVGs, and we got breaker structure. We got change of character. We got all these different trades we're throwing around, but it's the same thing, guys. It's level trading. That's all we're doing. On your trading style, if you're trading here at DTC coaching, you see all the breaker structures, you see all of the reversals, change of character. We just don't call it that. The same thing, because we have measurements in our strategy that tells us everything we need to know to be consistent, to be a winner. You are a pro trader. I believe you can do it. I believe you have all the potential in the world to be the trader that you want to be. If it's to be, it is up to me. If it's to be, it is up to you. I'm Coach Kelvin with Dominant Traders Coaching. I approve this message. You want to know more about the coaching programs we have here? Go to dominantcoaching.com and see us there. Peace, and I'm out. Okay, guys, I have finished my presentation. You have ability to unmute yourself, and you can ask me any question you would like to have right now, and I'll answer your question to the best of my ability. So you can open your mic up if you have any questions or any comments about the coaching so far.
Hey, Coach. Great presentation, by the way. Quick question. What about like someone who's working with a prop firm? Like, what do you think about the 250 day?
Well, if you're doing a prop firm, 250 a day will move you building discipline. 250 a day will get you there in 20 days if you're trading a 50K account or 150K account. Yeah. Now, hear this out. It's there to build tolerance. What you're doing is building strength. You're building a new habit. Now, if you were a prop firm, you probably have 10 different accounts. So just use one account for the 20-day challenge and use other accounts to do what you're going to do with. And then when each account is an island by itself, say this one account here is my 20-day challenge. And do it there. Now, if you want to be true to it, then trade the one account, except the 20 points, $250 a day. Now, for you, it may be $1,000 a day. It may not be $250. It can be whatever number you want it to be, according to your trading style. With a proper account, you probably can make it $1,000 a day. That'll get you there in 3 days on a 50K account if you're doing Apex. And it'll get you there in 9 days on a 150K account if you're using Apex. That'll work for you, and that's discipline. Say, I'm going to get out the market, and we know $1,000 is pretty easy to hit with our trading style here at DTC Coaching. Good question. Good question. Give me one thing you guys may have learned. Marcus, if you got another question, you can answer. But any question, what you learned today, or would say aha moment. Anybody had an aha moment this morning when I spoke about?
I didn't. I mean, what you said just reinforces what you taught, but one thing that stood out to me is when you said what you focus on, you become. I'm reading that book you recommended, and in my experience, the biggest hurdle for me has been the psychology part. So yeah, that really stood out to me. What you said, what you focus on, you become.
Wow. Okay. That's great, because guys, you're a magnet. You know, the law of reciprocity, what you put out, you get back, reciprocity, sowing and reaping, whatever you might want to call it. But it becomes a magnet to you. You attract these things. But if you hear Coach when he's speaking all the time, I'm always talking about what I'm looking to go, where I'm at. I'm looking for the 100-point days. I'm speaking life over my trading, because you're either speaking life or death, guys. What are you speaking over your trading? What are you speaking over yourself? Do you consistently say that I'm a winner? Do you consistently say, I'm a disciplined trader? Do you consistently say that I always follow my rules? Do you consistently reinforce your good habits? And you see, your subconscious mind has no filters. What you speak out your mouth, unequivocally, your subconscious mind registers it, records it, and puts it in the file cabinet and uses to make up your personality, your style, who you are when it comes to trading. If you're feeding your subconscious mind garbage, it's going to be garbage in and garbage out. You'll be taking some bad trades you're never supposed to take. So self-talk. Thank you, Nick, for that. There's a book I recommended. I don't own the book, don't have stock in it. What do you say when you talk to yourself? That's one of many books. Because we have to change our self-talk, guys. We have to change our self-image. We're going to be working on goal setting next month, and we're going to be November, December. We're going to work on goal setting. We're going to be working on behavioral changes, because all these coaching sessions are about mindset, psychology. I'm going to be doing some deep psychology stuff with you guys. Y'all stick with me now. I'm not going to be a therapy session. You might feel like you're in therapy, but I'm going to help you recreate the new you to be the better you, the better version of you, if I can give you any tools that will help you do the work yourself. That's what we're going to focus on next month into December. We have our goals set. We have our plans for 2024 in place. We're going to have disciplines in place, and we're going to make more money than dirt, Lord willing. Okay. Next, someone else has something they want to share about one nugget they pulled out of the coaching today. Don't be shy now. Okay. All right. Any other questions for Coach before we end the coaching call?
Great coaching session. Coach, just wanted to say that. A lot of things resonated with me, especially being an impulse trader, since, like you mentioned, a lot of retail traders are, and it really just comes down to following the rules, because, technical analysis, you can get really good at it, but at the end of the day, if you can't be disciplined enough to follow your rules or follow a set of rules, then that just puts you at a disadvantage. And I've experienced that pain so many times before. So it's like a muscle, like you said, building it. And I think this was a really great session, a good reminder for me. That's something that I have a hard time with, kind of battling through those emotions when you get put in a position where essentially you get tested on whether you're going to follow your rules or not. And it's I'm not going to say it's very easy, but there's a higher probability that you will likely break your rules if you're not disciplined enough. But I think that's kind of the name of the game, being able to be disciplined enough to execute both getting in and out, and then also having enough discipline to not be greedy, and being able to catch your emotions before they come into play, and also just coming into the trading session with the fresh, clear mindset. I think that's helpful. Those are like typically my best days, but my worst days are the days that I get overly emotional. Maybe I'm tired, and the discipline just kind of goes out the door. And I think when you lack the discipline and when you break the rules, that's more painful than trying to exercise being disciplined. So great topic. Definitely much needed for me.
Awesome. Thank you very much for sharing that, Vina. And I'll say this here. When you break your rules, it becomes easy to break them the second time, then the third time, then all of a sudden you have no rules, you have no discipline, and you lose them, hemorrhage your money. Thank you for that. That's very good. Anyone else like to share something that they may have picked up from my coaching?
Yeah, just like you said, what do you think before you put on a trade? Like, I think I really struggle with that, to be honest. When I'm taking a trade, the first thing I think about how much money that I might lose on that trade. And then with that, sometimes I hesitate before I put the trade, and then either it's too late, and then I try to enter anyway, and then I lose money. And then basically what I was trying to avoid, it happens.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that you said, don't break it. Don't break your rules, not even once, because I tend to do that this one time, and the next time it just come to my mind. Oh, I did it last time, and then it worked, so might as well just try it one more time. And it's just everything pretty much.
That is it, Mark. And the thing is, guys, it becomes easier, and don't make no money breaking your rules, because you're going to do it over and over and over. And you look back statistically at your loss ratio, is astronomical against your regular trading strategy, and then you end up being a trader. And the thing is, you get lost in the fog because now you don't know what's going on. Now you're in a slump. The slump started when you broke the rule the first time. You just didn't see it then. Just like when your winners, our goal is $900 a day. Well, $900 a day, if you do that, that's $18,000 a month. You don't see the $18,000 until you get to the first 5 days, the next 5 days, the next 5 days, and then after 20 days of trading, you say, wow, I'm at $18,000. But at the beginning, you don't see it. And you never will see it if you don't follow the rules. $900 a day is attainable, guys, especially with our trading system here. There's just no way you can't make $900 a day unless you just not following your rules. You're operating fear. Mark said something here. He says, I'm gonna do it here, and then you hesitate because you want confidence, you want confirmation. Then you get in when it's running, you're chasing candles. As soon as you get in, it pulls back on you. You say, man, what happened? You hesitated. That's why we teach you to trade the reversals. The reversals is the end of that pullback. You get in there, you have less exposure, and you take the biggest push up. And it's against everything you think, because your mind say, oh, it's going down, it's going down, it's going against me. But you use the strategy that we put into you, you're going to make more money than dirt just being patient and not hesitating. Hesitation is your worst enemy. Hesitation means that you haven't clearly defined your strategy or your edge to take a trade or not take a trade. Hesitation don't make you money. It loses you more money than you ever could do. When I see a trade come up, boom, I'm in the trade. People say, and I'm in trade with folks, and they're like, oh, well, I'm waiting. They say, what about you, Kelvin? I said, I'm already in. They waiting to get confirmation. I done push the button. I understand my edge. I know exactly what I'm going to get in. I know exactly how much money I'm going to risk, and I'm willing to take that risk with no hesitation. Hesitation is your worst enemy when it comes to trading. Hesitation means that you don't have a clear strategy, or you haven't back-tested your strategy enough to be confident in it. That's why we're coaching with here at DTC Coaching. We tell you it's going to take 6 weeks to learn the system. I'm going to give you 6 weeks to get this here. And after 6 weeks, you should have a clear expectation of what you're going to get out of any given trade, because you're measuring your success and your failure ratios through every trade you're taking. You're journaling every day. And if you're not journaling, guys, you're setting yourself up to failure. I'm not saying just recording the trades you're taking. I'm saying reviewing the trades that you're taking. When you got in, why did you get in? What did you do right? What did you do wrong? And can you make an improvement on your execution? That is the key to success, guys. Professional traders do that every day. I do. People don't believe it, but I won't say they don't believe it, but when I tell them, they're shocked that I review the tapes every day. I'll go back and run the trades back, and I'll look at my trades and see, okay, I got it here. Where did it go to? I check my data. I check my statistics every time. I'm gonna show you guys some things. I'm gonna do a coaching on some things, how you can check your performance out through Ninja Trader. It's a really good processes in there. It's gonna help you know what you're doing every day. And sometimes you're gonna want to go home and smack yourself a couple of times for the things that you did do doing your trading. And I'll tell you guys, you have everything you need to be a success. I believe that you can do it. I really do. And you just lack the discipline and the mindset. And that's why we have these coaching sessions twice a week. Mindset. Okay, we're going to be ending in 5 minutes. So anyone else have another something you want to add to this here teaching, observation, or something you may have heard that stuck out to you?
Coach, you said that you reviewed the tape for
Yes.
like price action for the day?
Yep, I go back and review the tape.
Okay.
And
That's
I showed you guys on the toolbar how you can show all your trades for that day by just turning that on and show you everywhere you took a trade. Then you tell you when you got in and where you got out. And then you just review right there what you're doing or what you did and say, man, what could I have done differently? And then you work on, if it's something that you're doing that's not working well for you, then work on it the next day. And pay attention to what it is, because I guarantee you, you're doing the same thing every day is a pattern. Mm-hmm. So if that pattern is inconsistent with your strategy, then you know it's something you got to change. You got to work. You pointed out, you got to change it. And I'll go back now. You don't necessarily have to go replay back. You can turn it on, go back to the beginning of the day, and look at all your trades just by turning on that thing and looking at where you got in and where you got out at. Then see what you did, and because the tape will tell you where you got in and where you got out, and then where the market ran to. And where you got stopped out at, because you know you're running with a 15-point stop or a 20-point stop. And then at that point there, you can be able to fine-tune on your perfection of trading or getting better. Okay. All right. Anyone else like to share?
This was a really good topic, Coach. Definitely. I feel like you have to grow, like people have discipline, people have patience, but it's like, it takes time. Like, this is not like an overnight thing. And you truly have to battle a lot of your bad habits that come up. And you talk a lot about your subconscious mind and that thought process. And I think that, that's something really important that we all have to consider. And, earlier I mentioned like coming into the day with a fresh mind, but it's also how you talk to yourself throughout the day. And even after the bad trades, like I asked you, oh, Coach, you review your trades or like look back at the data or whatever. And sometimes on the painful days, like I have a hard time going back into, opening back up Ninja Trader and looking at what happened. It's like painful for some reason. But And that's what would impact my journaling, which is also a part of the process and a part of the patterns that you're mentioning, and it falls under the category of bad habits. So
Yes.
I feel like I'm a good technical analysis trader, but I have a lot of bad habits that I'm trying to kick that I've learned from the very beginning as a completely green novice trader up until now. And I feel like everything that you voice is things that we just got to keep practicing as you're preaching, because it is. I mean, I've had so many good days, but my worst days are when I don't follow the process and trust in it. So, I think that's really important for us to discuss, especially since we're all trading together.
Yes. Thank you for sharing. And guys, embrace that pain, because you look back at that tape and you took 15 trades in one brick or one candlestick. You know what you was doing there. And that's what you got to point out. Let it hurt you. And I don't say hurt you to be beating yourself up. Just say, man, I have to change this. And ask yourself, is my trading goals realistic? Am I really looking to retire? Am I really looking to double up my 401k? Do I really want to have freedom? And if the answer is you don't know, then we're going to work on that side of it, because I want you to get to the place where you believe in yourself. You believe in your trading. You believe in your ability to execute. You believe in your discipline to be able to avoid trades that you shouldn't be taking, on the trades that meets your setup. And it's just, guys, listen, we all wasn't grown up with the right environment, man. We was taught things that we should have never been taught, reinforced things that's part of our belief system that we've never been taught, like money and time. That's the biggest constraint. If anything, we don't understand the true velocity of money, how money flows. We think money flows through hard work, long time, great effort. That's a fallacy. Money comes to you easily every day by the click of a button. You're up 50, 60, 20, 30, $40,000. All depends on your size of account that you're trading. But there's no way that we have to say, I have to work 40 hours plus a week to earn $2,000, $3,000 a week. And I can do that in 2 seconds. My shortest trading day was 41 seconds. I hit my profit target. Now, my profit target is big, okay? And I'm just saying it is. 41 seconds, I hit the target. Now, my mind said, oh, yeah, man, it's running so good. Let's go back into the mode. I said, the devil is a liar. I'm done for the day. Now, because your mind said that you have to work hard. Your daddy worked hard for their paycheck. Your mama worked hard for their paycheck. They worked 30 years and finally got a chance to retire for a couple of $100 a month. And it was worth it, because look what I did. I've got the blood, sweat, and tears, and I deserve this here. And our analogy of money is lined with that we've been taught. Your teachers, your professors, your school teachers taught you, go to school, go to college, work real hard, then you're going to have a good life. Rich folks don't tell their children that. They show them, come up with an idea, go get somebody to develop it, and let people produce it for you and make your money easy. You're in a position right now to make unlimited amounts of income, whatever. There is no limit to, like your job said, I'm going to give you a raise in a year if you do good. I'm going to give you 1% increase. Man, keep your 1%. I got someone give me 1,000% a day. Why? I just got to learn this craft. And if you guys are here coaching with me, you're in the best place. I'm telling you, God sent you here. I have something for you. And I don't believe you're here by happenstance. And I believe that you're going to be a disciplined trader. You're going to grow to be what God called you to be. And you're going to be able to provide not only just for yourself, but you're going to be providing for your family and people around you. See, God called you here not to get the money to consume. He called you to get the money so you can use it to help people that's around you. You're going to be the philanthropist in your family. You're going to be the one that's able to break the generational curse of poverty in your family. You're going to be the one to change and have your kids grow up to be old money. You're going to be the one that's going to establish trust funds that be non-depleting. They're going to live off the interest. If God don't come back soon, or for the next 1,000 years, your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren are going to know who you are because of what you're doing today. You have that potential in your hands right now. Are you willing to put in the work to get it done? Are you willing to constrain and restrain the bad habits that you've created over your lifetime? Are you willing to change to be who God called you to be, not the person that you are not stuck in the past? And if you are, then this is for you. I promise you, I'm going to give you everything I have to help you be the trader that you are called to be. There's greatness inside of you. I believe in you, and I know you can get it done. And I mean just what I say. I pray for you guys regularly Not just for you to make money, for you to grow as a person. Because I'm telling you, your personality, your person, who you are, has a lot to do with your trading. Be that person that sees the glass half full, not half empty. Be the one say I can, not I can't. Because I know I can do everything I want to get done if I put my mind to it. So we're going to work on self. If you know you got bad habits, let's get rid of them. Right now, we got 2 months to change and be a different person. Let's make 2024 the best year of your entire trading career because you became disciplined in the last 60 days of this month. Let's set the goals and let's set I made a suggestion. Get a vision board. If you guys don't know what it is, look it up. Get your whiteboard and picture your life, what it's going to be in 2024, 25 year. What's your income goal? Have you attained it? Where you've been in the world? What you've done for your family? Now, hear me out. The money is a byproduct of your good trading. Okay, I gotta go. I got somebody waiting on me. But God bless you guys. I have to run. But this has been a great session, and I love it. Your question and answers during this session is more important than me giving you the big dissertation at the beginning. This is where the meat is at, because we talk about what you heard and we expound on it. This is where you grow. God bless you guys. Have a blessed rest of the day. Yes, Sabrina.
Coach, can I call you on my lunch, or should I call you after?
Call me after call me after 12 today.
Okay, I'll call you after Market.
Okay, good. All right, God bless you guys. Good night.
God bless.
Bye-bye.